In this video we're going to show you how to replace the spark plug cap, the HT lead, what tools you need and why we'd recommend replacing it. So first things first, why? Well, the standard caps, which is this, arc against the cylinder head, mainly in heavy rain, causing the bags to misfire or even cut out. It's more noticeable at idle, so our NGK ones have better insulation, therefore they don't arc against the cylinder head in heavy rain, therefore the bike runs and idles much better.
So for this job you will need a ratchet, a 13mm socket to remove the seat bolts, a 10mm socket to remove the tank bolts, a Phillips screwdriver to remove the ignition coil, and if you're just replacing the cap, all you need is some side cutters or snips to trim the end of the HT lead.
First thing we're going to do is replace the HT lead, which requires taking the seat and the tank off. If you're only replacing the cap, you don't need to do this bit. But first, we'll do the lead and then we'll show you how to replace the cap. To take the seat off, use a 13mm spanner or a socket. You want to undo this bolt and the bolt up to the side.
Then to remove the tank bolts, all you need is a 10mm socket or a spanner. Turn the fuel off by turning the tap horizontal, then pull the pipe off. Then remove the tank by lifting in the back slightly and pull the tank backwards off the grommets. I find an old tyre is a perfect stand for the tank as it won't scratch the paintwork. Pull the cap off the spark plug. Then undo the two electrical connectors off the ignition coil. Now using a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew the two screws securing the ignition coil in place. Now you can remove the coil. Now you can unscrew the old HT lead off your ignition coil. While it's off, you might as well inspect the screw on the coil. Any corrosion inside would be green. You can clean it out with electrical contact cleaner. Remove and save this rubber part on your old lead. You'll need this to put on the new lead. As you can see, the new lead on the bottom has better insulation and more copper strand in the centre. Screw the new lead into your ignition coil. You want to ensure you're screwing it in centrally so the screw bites into the copper strands. Also, ensure it's screwed all the way home so it's nice and tight and get a good contact. Now you can install the parts that you saved off your old lead. Now to fit the new cap. If you're only fitting the cap, you can do this while it's on the bike. All you have to do differently is snip a few millimeters off the old lead. Start by sliding this rubber part on the lead. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, and a little smear of lithium grease helps a lot. I didn't do this. I tend to do things the hard way. Now screw the cap on the HT lead, the same way you did it on the coil side, ensuring it screws in centrally and all the way. Once that's done, slide the rubber part over the cap, ensuring it's a snug, watertight fit. Then fit the final piece on the end of the cap. Then fit the ignition coil and cap back on the same way you removed it. Push down on the cap so it clicks in place on top of the spark plug. Fit the tank bolts back on with a 10mm socket or a spanner. Don't forget to connect the fuel pipe back up and turn the tap to the on position. Now fit the seat back on and bolt it up using a 13mm socket. Now check you've done the job properly and not screwed anything up by starting the bike. That's always a good sign.
So there we have it, it's an easy task. The spanner rating is only 1.5. They're available on rbmcstore.com, link in the description for the cap and the lead. And don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the bell icon for more videos.